So in this video, we're going to be talking about the intensive pronouns, also known as Ipse, Ipsa, Ipsum. So the intensive pronouns are translated to the woman herself, or of the man himself, or with the thing itself, depending on the case, number, and gender. So let's go ahead and decline these now. And let me just write down, it's the blank itself, herself, or himself. It intensifies the pronoun or the person or thing being mentioned. Okay, so let's go ahead and make another chart. And this time I'm going to make them side by side. We'll have the singular, and you can just decide which way you like better. In another video, I did a column or just one box with the singular, and then below it I did the plural, just so it was one column for the masculine, one for the feminine, one for the neuter. But if you prefer, I'll try this way as well. The singular and plural are side by side. And see, you have the masculine and the masculine plural there. You have the feminine singular and the feminine singular there. Finally, you have the neuter singular and neuter plural right there. And then you have one set for your cases right here: nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and the ablative. And then nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and finally ablative. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in our intensive pronouns. Okay, so we'll do the full masculine first, and then we'll do the feminine. Let me mark these off so they don't get confused. Okay, so it's Ipse, Ipsius, Ipsi, Ipsum, Ipso, and to the masculine, it's Ipsi, Ipsorum, Ipsis, Ipsos, Ipsis. Okay, so that was the masculine, and if you'll notice, a lot of them are actually pretty similar to the second declension masculine endings. You can see the ending, the o, and then the I ending in the nominative masculine plural, the orum, the east, the os, and the east. So that kind of helps you to remember it. Now let's move on to the feminine. It's Ipsa, Ipsius, Ipsi. And by the way, the genitive and dative are the same across the board for the plural or singular at least. And so it's Ipsa, Ipsius, Ipsi, Ipsam, Ipsa, Ipsi, Ipsarum, Ipsis, Ipsas, Ipsis. Okay, so on to the neuter. And if you notice, most of these endings, or not most of them, a lot of them are pretty similar to the first declension feminine endings. So let's go ahead and finish this off. Ipsum, Ipsius, Ipsi, Ipsum, that's the ending, because it has to match the nominative, as you know. Ipsum, Ipso, Ipsa, Ipsorum, Ipsis, Ipsa, Ipsis. So now I'm just going to go ahead and underline a few of these, or circle them, and we can just go through and translate these, just so that we know how they're translated. Okay, so let me choose a different color. Let's go with Ipsa, and I'll put a little 1 by it, so I can write down here, 1, Ipsa, and that would be translated as the woman herself. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do, let's see, Let's do ipso right here, the nominative, or the neuter, and I'll put a to by this, to the ipso, and if you look, we're doing the neuter, so that is by the thing itself. Okay, and now let's just do one more. Let's see. Let's go with this. And that is the masculine plural genitive. And let me write that down. Ipsorum. And that is of the men themselves. Okay, so you get the idea? It's simple, right? The only hard thing about intensive pronouns is just learning the chart. So next up we're going to talk about the reflexive pronouns. Thanks for watching.